Hi, it's Larry here from Xbox Live's Major Nelson. Gamescom 2012. I'm here with Mr. AC Bongos. Grant Boyd.
How are you?
We're back.
Boyd, Xbox Live's AC Bongos, and it is great to be back for another night of live streaming directly from Gamescom.
Now, I've been reading Twitter. I know you have as well, using the hashtag BlackOps2MP. And I got to tell you guys, you're sitting at home and you're thinking, wow, you know, I wish I was at Gamescom. Yeah, we wish you were here too, but here's something you don't know. These people here have waited almost 5 hours to play the game, to see what you're going to see.
That's right, and we're going to bring it all to you from the comfort of your living room or your workspace or wherever you are.
It
doesn't matter.
Probably some people are at work, who knows. Anyway, we've got a fantastic hour set aside for you. You are going to see probably some of the greatest Call of Duty Black Ops players you have ever seen.
Yeah, it is hot outside today here in Cologne, but let me tell you, it is about to get even hotter inside because tonight is competition night. We're letting these pro players off the leash, and as I say, they are going to be absolutely gunning for each other tonight.
They certainly are. Of course, they've had a chance to play the game a little, pretty much more than anybody has had their hands on. The game comes out, of course, November 13th, but what's really interesting, as I was talking with Dave Vonderhaar earlier, we'll have him on, is they're not done tweaking the game yet. The game is not done. So they're playing with a build right here that, for all intents and purposes, could have some tweaks that may set them off when it releases on November 13th.
That's right, and these guys are so lucky. They've been playing this game non-stop for 3 days now. They've been getting dialed in with all their classes, using that new Pick 10 system to build the class that's exactly right for them. Let me tell you a little secret. Last couple of days, these guys have been experimenting with different things on the live stream. Tonight, they are playing the way they would play if this was a tournament, so you're going to see some amazing competitive action tonight.
So why don't we get right to it? Graham, why don't you get over there to your position?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go to where I like to be, which is where the action happens. So yeah, doors are open again for the public today here at Gamescom. It's Friday, it's getting into the weekend, so things are really, really building up here. The place was absolutely hoaching, as we say in Scotland, jam-packed. So these are real gamers, real Call of Duty fans coming in here. They've been waiting to play the game. Now it is a long wait, but once you get in, I did it today, you come in, you get to play 2 rounds. I played a hardpoint, I played a multi-team team deathmatch. I came top of my team in hardpoint. You know, just want to get that in. So you do get a really good chunk of Black Ops 2 multiplayer when you wait in line here today. Right, we are back with my man, Mike Hastro Raphael. Now, we've been calling this place the Pit, but seeing tonight is competition night, I think this should be the Coliseum, because this is where the gladiatorial combat is going to go down. Are you excited about what we're going to see tonight?
Yeah, I think these guys have been waiting for this moment where they actually get to use the classes that they've kind of prepared for competition, and we're going to see that right now, and it's going to be real serious.
So I've said a couple of times that we're letting the players off the leash. Is that a good way to describe it? You know, they've been holding back a little bit, and tonight is the night they really show their stuff.
Yeah, we've kind of had the guys having a good time, just using different weapons, different perks, different classes, just kind of show off the game, and now it's go time, it's competition time, so it should be fun.
Cool. So we will be back here in the balcony of the Coliseum. Hastro will be podcasting for us again tonight, doing an amazing job of that so far this week. In the meantime, we'll hand back to Major.
Well, if you're in the balcony, where am I, in the parking lot, Graham? My Lord. Anyway, listen, we all know how important the podcasting feature is, this brand new feature for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Now, Dave Vonderhaar is a vested interest in this. He is such a fan of esports that he said, this has to be in here, and they drove the team to make these fantastic features. So Dave Vonderhaar is here to tell us a little bit more about the features and how important esports is to Call of Duty Black Ops 2. David, over the past few days, we've really seen the codcasting feature. Tell us about the inspiration for that.
Yeah, so in Black Ops, we actually had a chance to watch the game get played at the highest competitive level in an arena-style format, and we took a lot of the team members down, and I showed it to them, and we were like, this is super impressive, but they were going through a tremendous amount of production to actually do this and put on this event, and we said, we have got to make this something that everyone can do, make it accessible, and put this feature inside the game directly.
So now you guys really branched out of making great games into really making a platform.
Why not? You have a game like Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer, and you have this arena and the sport, and then you want to make sure that that game's fun to watch as well. So that's what codcasting actually lets us do.
These tools are extraordinary. I mean, they're really taking broadcast quality television production and they're putting them into a game.
Yeah, think about it. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer is going to have 30 million people who enjoy this game. This is a lot of people. This is more people who watch many sporting events. So why couldn't we take these things, put them in the game, give them to people, and let them broadcast those to the world? The game is really fun to watch when you see it in this framework.
When you look back at the designing some of these features, they've certainly been in production for quite some time. It's got to be great for the team to see them really delivered, but more importantly, see what the community is going to do with them.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think the community's going to do really amazing things. In fact, Larry, in the theater feature, you can go back in games that have been already done and go back and cast those later. So you can create a whole series of channels. Just imagine what's going to happen when people have this in their hands. I expect guys to have entire channels full of casted matches, and we're going to find a new celebrity right here.
Fantastic stuff there. So codcasting is coming with Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Let's get back to some gameplay. We're there, now we're here, right, David?
It's a miracle.
It's amazing technology. David, you and I have been talking a lot over the past few days about esports and how important it is to you. Tell me about your interest in it.
You know, it really got exciting for me when we were watching the game get played at the highest level on Black Ops. That was the genesis of the source of inspiration for the team. That's where we started, and now we have all these great features built around that experience. Competition is fun for everybody at every level, and now we get to share that passion with everyone else.
How did you decide what are some of the features are that you wanted to put into the game to help the esports along?
Yeah, well, it first starts and stops with our esports consultant, Hastro, and all these pro players that you're going to see play tonight. They had a lot to say about what it is we're going to need to make this successful. So we took their feedback and input, we applied our development experience to that, and here we are.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many new features. I mean, we've been literally overwhelming the audience for the past few days. And you've been watching it on Twitter, on your Twitter handle. What's some of the feedback been?
Yeah, you know, so people, there's this realm of people who don't know what this stuff is. So those are the ones that I'm really excited to be able to show these features to, like our League Play feature, like codcasting, and like the live streaming feature itself, Larry. What are we doing but doing all three of these things in a way right here, right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it's all important. You're seeing more of Black Ops 2 multiplayer than you've seen up until this point. And frankly, and let's be clear, I pointed this out at the top of the show, the game is not done, right?
No, the game's not done. You know, we're not going to be out till November 13th. I got to get back on a plane soon and help the guys finish the game up.
I mean, there's so much going on that you have to do, the fact the game's not done, but you're still balancing, and I said that earlier, but there's going to be some changes from what we're actually seeing here, right?
Yeah, I'm actually really glad you asked me about this. This is the time of the project where we're really dialing it in, taking all the feedback, taking our playtest sessions, and dialing in everything, turning those screws nice and tight so we're ready for launch.
How do you know when you're done?
We're out of time usually if you're a developer, right? But you know, we know when we're done because we can feel the game coming together really strong.
And you guys play it every single night.
Yeah, every single night, in fact, multiple times a night. And there's guys on my team who all they do is play instead of work.
Right, exactly. Well, they might want to get working on that. Anyway, Graham had a chance to spend some time with a lot of these players earlier today. Let's take a look.
Hey everybody, I'm Graham Boyd, Xbox Live's AC Bongos, and we are still here at Gamescom, and I have my lads with me, the boys from the UK representing. I've got a lot of money on you lads, okay, so don't let me down this week. I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Thomas Jones, Prof Gunshi, play for Prophecy. Callum Swanee, play for Prophecy. Shane McCarroll, Shane, play for Prophecy.
I met most of you guys at XP last year. I know you all did pretty well, right? You came second, right?
Yeah, second. It was. I don't know how we got there, to be honest. It was a bit of a random shock, but we got an easy bracket there. But it was the best event we've ever been to. It was insane.
Nice. So from Los Angeles, Call of Duty XP, to Gamescom, with the world premiere of multiplayer for Call of Duty Black Ops 2, how does it feel to be getting hands-on with it for the first time?
Yeah, it's great, to be fair. It's a good opportunity to have, and I think the event is like similar scale to what XP was, in terms of like who's here and what we get to do.
So going from Black Ops to Black Ops 2, you know, what are the main differences you see there?
Maps are a lot different, and it's a lot smoother, a lot smoother. They've just tweaked it a lot, to be honest. But it runs really smooth from playing it just then. It's really good.
Now, one of the big changes we've seen is the Pick 10 creator class system, right? Have you had a chance to play around with that, and do you think you're going to kind of push that to this extreme or be a bit more conservative?
Yeah, it offers a lot more customization, I think. Obviously, you can play without a primary weapon, or you can take everything out, so yeah, I think it's good.
Nice. And then you guys are going to be playing competitively this week on the live streams, and then during the days as well when the community guys are in here. Some pretty tough competition, right? How do you think you'll measure up against some of the other guys here?
In my opinion, we're playing against the two best American teams in the world, and obviously a really good German team. So it's a new game; anything can happen.
I've got some very special guests. This is the home team. This is the German Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer team here at Gamescom. Now I'm going to let you guys introduce yourself, okay?
My name is Kevin Kreuzberg. I'm 19 years old and my gamertag is Apex Raiden.
Hello, I'm Brian Kramer. I'm from SK Gaming, but people might know me as QNTM or Quantum.
Hello, my name is Manuel Straumann. My gamertag is UP-Nice and I'm playing for Uprising Esports.
Great to meet you, lads. So this is really special for you guys, okay? Because you're on home territory here. This is your house. Some of the other teams here are pretty serious. We've got some of the world's best pro players here. How do you think you'll match up to that competition?
Well, this is difficult because it's a new game. Everything can happen. You know, realistically, their skill level is a bit above ours. But just as I said, new game, everything can happen. So the chance is 50-50.
From your initial playthroughs of the multiplayer, what's really stood out for you?
I really like the wild card. So you can pick 3 perks or 6 perks, and this is really, really cool. I like this.
And the score streaks have changed as well, right? So it's not just about kills anymore. All that good team play is going to help. How is that going to change the way you've been playing?
Well, it helps a lot if you. There are a lot of people that don't make that much of kills, but they help each other, like give good callouts and give assists and other things. So this improves just the team play itself.
Now we're gathering some tips from the pro players here at Gamescom this week, right? It's not for me. I already know everything, but for the benefit of everyone out there, give me a couple of your really quick pro tips so that everyone can play at the kind of level that you guys are at.
Play as much as you can.
That is a good tip. I like it. Simplicity. One more.
Just feel comfortable with the game and always think about how you can play smarter and cleverer than your enemies.
So there it is. Practice and hard work makes perfect. And I am here with one of the biggest and best and most well-known teams in the Call of Duty universe. It's Optic Gaming. How you doing, lads?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Give me your name, your gamer tag, and obviously talk about your team.
I'm Joe DeLuca. My gamer tag is Merc, and I play for Optic Gaming.
I'm Raymond Lucier. My gamer tag is Rambo, and I play for Optic Gaming.
My name is Will Johnson, also known as Big Timer, and I play for Optic Gaming.
Now, I think you guys are probably the prize scalp among the pro players here, right? Because you guys won Call of Duty XP, the $1 million tournament, right? So how does it feel going from that, coming here to Gamescom to compete in this?
It's pretty awesome. Obviously, Call of Duty XP was such a big tournament, and then in between that and this, we've won a lot. We've been winning. I don't think we've lost an MW3 tournament we've attended. So everything's been going well, and then Gamescom, I mean, we're in Germany. It's pretty awesome.
Right. How do you think you'll compete against the other teams that are here?
Well, obviously, we've been a pretty good team to catch on the games fastly, so we understand that the mechanics Call of Duty, the new perk system is really awesome, so I think we're all going to have a lot of fun with that.
So lots of new features, lots of new tweaks and improvements in Black Ops 2. I think the weapons are one of the things that are going to be completely new for players when they come to it. What have you been trying out and what's really worked for you? Weapons and attachments.
Yeah, well, I think we've all been trying a lot of different things. We've probably got, 4 games in by now, so we're all trying different combinations. I think it was Hasher that told me there's actually 500 million different combinations that you can use with a 10 perk slot. So there's going to be a lot of different combinations you can use. Right now, we're still just trying everything. Not sure what the best guns are yet, but hopefully over the weekend we'll have better answers for that.
I love the gun accessories, and we all have different roles on the team. I'm obviously a Slayer, so I want more gun. I want as much power as I can. Where he is the objective player, where he might want more perks to run around.
The score streak system works a bit more like with objectives this time, as in the kill streaks were more based on kills, just really kills. Not it's more like a score streak where if I'm getting a flagpole or anything, I'll get more points and I'll get the kill streaks that you usually normally get. So I think that's something that might be implemented into our competitive play. since it's not really based on the amount of kills, so it's not really going to affect the pace of the game that much, so it's going to be interesting to see how that works out.
Finally getting the recognition you deserve.
Pretty much, yeah, hopefully.
Good. Now, one of the things that really stood out for me was when DJ Vaughan was talking about the bringing esports to the masses, right? And I know that's something that you guys are really passionate about. What does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, I think ever since Call of Duty 4, when MLG started getting into the Call of Duty scene, we've wanted to see a developer kind of support the game, support what we do. And last year, we were fortunate enough for Vonderhaar to come to the MLG events, and he bought into it. He liked what we were trying to do. So I think with Black Ops 2, we'll see that open up. I think that'll bring a lot of the public players and stuff like that into the competitive scene. You'll see a lot more teams, players buying into it, hopefully more tournaments, and it should be a good year for us.
Right, thank you very much, lads. All the best this week. Everyone, keep an eye on this team, Optic Gaming. These are the prize scalps here at Gamescom.
There you go. Those are some of the players. In fact, those are the players you're going to see play tonight. And as David said earlier, they're playing at like the highest level.
This is the absolute highest level of competition you can get gathered at this point in time.
David, tell us about what we're going to see tonight in terms of maps and modes that these teams are going up against.
So we're actually bringing out the modes that these players like to play at the competitive level. So we're going to see round-based domination with the respawn timer. We're actually going to bring out Search and Destroy for the first time tonight. And then we're also, of course, going to play some CTF. Those flag pulls, those relays, you are in for a treat.
You know, you talked this a little bit earlier about them playing at the highest level. What makes a team play at the highest level? I mean, is it the teamwork? Is it the communication? Tell me a little bit about that before we get started.
Some of these guys have been playing together for so long, and they play all the time. They're practicing, and they have the best teamwork. Hopefully we'll get some really good listening so you can hear it for yourself at home.
Brand new feature of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is you can actually listen in. I mean, some of these features are fantastic.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to share them with everybody.
All right, why don't we get going? Let's get the game going. We're going to see some of these players right now and using the brand new codcasting feature. Hastro's going to call the game right now. Over to you, AC.
Back here with Hastro, who will be codcasting all the action tonight. So we've seen Optic, we saw Prophecy, we saw SK Gaming in there. Envious weren't in the VT, but it's worth talking about those guys, right? It's guys you know pretty well, yeah?
Yeah, it's a former team. My former team, it's an organization I've always played for since, I really started getting into that pro level. So good guys over here. They didn't get into the VT, but got to give them a shout out.
So who in Envious tonight is your pick? Who are you looking out for?
I think Twiz will go big for Envy, but we actually have Toby, who's actually a European player filling in for a player called Proofy. Proofy couldn't make it because of his flight, got canceled. And so Toby's filling in, but Twiz, I think, is going to go off. Karma also can do the same thing. I mean, they're all great skilled players.
Now, Gunshy's been on a bit of a hot streak this week for Prophecy. Do you think he's going to be continuing that tonight? Who else are you also looking out for?
Absolutely. The combo of Gunshy and Swanee over there. Gunshy really, he's just been lighting it up. I absolutely am going to follow him a little bit while we're casting here. But you can't take anything away from Shane either. The guy's a monster as well. We saw some big plays out of him yesterday. So, all these players can light it up.
And we're going into competition play. So what should we look for that's different from the way the guys have been playing the last two nights to tonight? They're comfortable in their classes tonight, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So today I put on a nice shirt, AC. I put on my nerd glasses, my awesome Call of Duty 2 Black Ops eyewear, right? And it's because we're taking it real serious. You're going to see some really great gameplay. This is where the teams are actually going to try and strategize. They're familiar with the maps now, familiar with the game modes, familiar with the weapons and perks and attachments and everything that you have in creative class. So it's going to be a fierce battle, I'm pretty sure, between these two teams from North America and Europe.
So we're kicking off with domination on Yemen. We are playing North America against Europe tonight, right?
Right, absolutely. So in this domination game type, you're going to see a 7.5-second respawn delay. That's typically what you see in competitive rules. So there is going to be a respawn in this domination, but Yemen is such a fast-paced map. EU versus North America.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is competition time. There will be no quarter asked, no quarter given, but there will be blood. It's competition time. Let's go.
And we're going. Hello. Here we go, guys. Oh, domination on Yemen.
All right, folks. So this is the day at Gamescom where these pro players get to take off and be as serious as possible with their gameplay. And right off the bat, we're on board with Team North America, and we're spawning in the eyes of Karma of Team Envious, one of the most successful professional Call of Duty teams out there with the most tournament wins. Optic Gaming on the other side for Team North America, coming in as the #1 team in the world at the moment. Very hot, had such a good year last year, taking COD XP, winning 2 of the Major League Gaming
championships on the Pro Tour. And now we see Karma is setting up nicely here. This is a great spot to look over your teammates as we see that we have 2 players for North America on the B flag. And it looks like Big Timer is barely going to take that B flag. Swanee managing to get the frag on him, but just a little too late. And 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in round number 1 of Domination. If you're just tuning in and you haven't seen Domination with us yet, it's round by round scoring now. So we'll have a halftime and teams will switch sides. The flags will renew and become fresh, but the score will carry over round to round. And so the North Americans controlling that B flag. Karma is on a 3-kill streak. He's playing very passive right now for the North Americans, just holding down this position. Yemen's such a fast-paced map. Somebody's got to play that defensive mode. And why don't we go ahead and swap on board here with Toby, who's playing as a guest against his European counterparts. And let's see what he does here as an RCXD. Just kind of rolled through there. Now Toby's actually going to push this. Let's see what he can do as Toby is here hanging tight for just one moment. MSMC is his gun of choice. That's a submachine gun in Black Ops 2 multiplayer. And now it looks like the North Americans have flipped the spawn here. And the Europeans will be spawning out. It looks like the North Americans will get this C flag capture. That is 3 flags captured. And let's see if, it looks like these players from Europe were taking that A flag. And they did manage to get it. But the score now is very much in wraps for the North Americans, 37-19. So they did get a great chunk of points there with that 3 cap. Didn't really manage to hold it for too long, but still, those 2 flags were crucial as we're on board with Raiden. Why don't we take a listen into the North Americans, see what they're saying right now as they are controlling this map.
What's up, building? Got SC, got SC. Down.
I got one at C.
That well, watch out.
Oh, in the middle building on top of B. Our side though, our side. Right at E, should be in front of you. Good kill, Ray.
Now 12 seconds left to go. You saw the North Americans communicating there. They were just holding map control that entire round. And they're going to take round number 1, 65-33 as we head into halftime. We'll check out the final kill cam here. And it looks like it's going to be Merc taking out Shane there near the B flag coming around. So that score is going to carry over. We're going to flip sides here. Swap spawn, and we're going to have another 3-minute round as we kick it right off again. We're on board with Karma yet again, and it looks like Karma's going to help Toby here. So one player did push, and it looks like that was Rambo, Optic Ray of Optic Gaming, storied player, long-time career professional Call of Duty player. And Rambo has a nice flank right there. He comes up behind 2 European players, takes out one, gets an assist on the other, but no, it's going to be Gunshi who took out Ray. And Gunshi is going to be very close to that B flag, but he gets taken out. As we take a look here at the picture, we'll hop on board with Ray, who's spawning back in here. Now Ray has the MP7. Looks like he has the extended clip on that MP7. It has so many rounds, and now he gets taken out. We'll jump on board with Karma, who is actually threatening the home flag, the A flag for the Europeans. Gets a nice hip fire right there, whips around, takes out Raiden before getting taken out by Shane. Now Shane making a move. The Europeans are going to have to do something really quickly if they want to claw back into this one. Now it looks like quite a few of them were down, so Shane was the only one alive, and now he gets naded as he was trying to take the B flag. The North American strategy here is just to hold the Europeans from taking that B flag. They can just hold this down all game long and win this next round as well. 81-49 is the score at the moment. And you see that B flag is neutral. And we're still on board with Shane. Certainly going to have to start making moves. However, he gets flanked, and it looks like Ray for North America is on a tear. Pulling out that laser sight attachment, getting some nice hip fire shots right there on Raiden, but Quantum of SK Gaming takes him out for the Europeans, and we take a look at the scoreboard. We see that Karma is on fire in this match. He has 15 kills, 3 deaths, and 2 captures. He's playing passive for the North Americans and doing such a good job of maintaining map control with his teammates, picking up an assist right there as we swap over to him. Now he has a reflex sight attachment on the M8A1. Very nice assault rifle. And it looks like Karma is actually going to flank here. Nope, he's going to stop. He has 2 teammates on the A flag with him. And we see that they're going to take that A flag and immediately book it towards the B flag. Europeans are pretty much mathematically eliminated from taking this round at this point. 97-63 with 20 seconds left to go. And we're on board with Merc here. Let's see what he can do here in the final rounds to give you guys a little bit of fun on the kill cam. He gets taken out, so we'll swap around, see if we can find another player. Everybody dying right now. Looks like Twiz gets some nice hip fire right there. Also using the laser sight attachment. And there you have it. North America takes game number 1, 103 to 72.
All right,
Twiz
good game,
on the final kill cam. And there you have it. Twiz running into a few players there at the end of that round. And he takes out Swanee to end the game.
So there we go, everyone. First blood to the North Americans, and I think it's fair to say it was a pretty decisive victory there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they just kind of came out there and controlled the map early on. You saw that aggressive push on that B flag pretty quickly out of the North Americans, and that's ultimately what won them that round. You know, it's really crucial. It's hard. Sometimes the pro teams will feel it out, but North Americans kind of just made the move for it, paid off.
Who's coming up well for you tonight so far?
Looks like Karma was just doing an amazing job. You know, we swapped him early on. He was playing a very passive style, and usually you'll see that out of a couple players in, let's say, a 6v6 when it's competitive. And even in 4v4, he's playing that defensive style to make sure that he holds map control for his team. Did an excellent job doing that, and it pays off as he has the high score here.
So we're moving to another domination round. We're going to play it on Cargo. Where's the flag points in here, and which one is the most important for you to look out for?
You know, this is another map that's just excellent for domination. The B flag is actually in the wide open, so you're going to have to take out the entire team before you make that push to capture that B flag. So it's actually very tough. You don't want to relinquish that B flag at all off the break. So I think what we're going to have is a and C cap, and then we're going to have this huge war on that B flag, and it's going to be interesting. We'll take a good look with the overhead map view and get it on.
All right, Europeans have got a lot to catch up on now. We're going to give them that chance right now. Let's get into domination on Cargo.
All right, we're going. We're going, guys.
Shane, I'm AR in. I'm AR in. Yeah, just go straight there.
Domination.
All right, folks,
Yeah,
we're loading up Cargo now, and Cargo domination is so intense. We're going to take a lot of looks at the overhead map view. We're going to have 2 rounds of 3 minutes, again, switching at halftime. And we're on board with the Europeans. We're on board with Gunshi, as you see him swapping classes right there. Off the break, he's packing the MSMC with the laser sight attachment. The pros seeming that they really like that hip fire on the attachment. Now that you can customize your weapon with multiple attachments, increased hip fire is very nice to have. And Gunshi making an early move, climbing into the top office. And there you have it. Very nice positioning by Gunshi, but he just couldn't finish off Toby. So he gets taken out. Now we're on board with Shane, who picks off 2 huge kills there around that B flag, and that was crucial. Now he's going to try and lock down the spawn of the North Americans. However, nobody has eyes on that B flag, so it looks like Shane's going to cut back. And now it looks like he spots 1 player there for North America, jumping off the crates across the map, picking up a nice kill right there. And the hip fire on Merc as well. Great job by Shane right there, picking up those kills. And he's still trying to hold that map control, but Twiz managed to get around him and get behind in that office building, and now we're on board with Quantum. And so it's a 10-10 tie here early on, and like we said, it's probably going to be just a war for that B flag, and both teams are actually neck and neck. So they both capture their home flag immediately off the break at the very same time, so their scores are adjusting every 5 seconds equally. So it's going to be all about who gets that B flag first. As we see, there's just chaos on the map right now, and it looks like somebody is making a move for that B flag. And Shane now pushing it, has help from a teammate, and it looks like the Europeans are going to get that B flag captured. Great teamwork by them. They converged on that B flag in a perfect fashion. Ray from Optic Gaming noticed and recognized it. However, he just could not get there in time. Let's hear what the Europeans are saying right now as they try and control this B flag.
1 minute, hold it for 1 minute. Just chill, man. I got twice. One by two. Straight to B, everyone's straight to B, everybody down B, 1B. One up, come on, top blue. Come on, go on. One near B. He's gonna go top right, I think. Play Shane. One ahead, they're in left building, They're in house.
Now 30 seconds left to go. The European side doing an excellent job of maintaining map control here. And it was very, very tough on these North Americans. Like we said, identifying this at cargo, it's tough to get that B flag back. It is definitely possible, but right now it looks like the Europeans are just doing a great job of maintaining control. As we're swapping around, we're back on board with Merc from the North Americans with the MSMC, and he's just trying to get some kind of control. Looks like trying to flank around, but you see that the Europeans did a great job of maintaining control, watching all the corners. So Europe takes round number 1 here, and we'll be switching sides with this final kill cam from Gunshi on Toby. All right, now immediately off the break, I want to listen in to the North American side and see what they're doing.
Just let's get them in a spawn trap right quick and just fucking, or destroy them.
Top already,
I'm halfway. Oh.
Up top, far right.
That's not killing, That's not killing, guys. Already at a base, he's dead. Come on, let's go, everyone on, go.
Everyone on it.
Go.
Oh, it's your right, up the middle alley.
Nice, let's go.
Oh, we got it.
And what a play that was by the North Americans. They just grabbed the B flag, communicating so effectively. They put their entire squad near that flag. But look at Merc coming up with the massive 3-piece grenade as the Europeans took that B flag back. There's only one player there. Make that 2 going down there for the Europeans. And now they have 3 North Americans on that flag. And this should be hell over here in this corner. As the Europeans get this spawn, the North Americans identify it right away. Karma and Big Timer pushing that 3 cap very aggressively. Karma picking up a very nice drop shot right there. We'll swap on board with him. So the intense action is coming on board now, as the North Americans are pushing for that C flag. 74-55 is the score. Do they have enough time if they hold this 2 flag to keep it? We'll have to find out. 76-59 now. And Karma is doing all sorts of work. 3 down for the Europeans now. Spots 1 more up top. Karma is making a push for this 3 cap, and it looks like the North Americans might grab it, but can they relinquish the A flag, as that's being taken by Raiden right now, and Raiden does cap the A flag, so lots of action going on. As we swap over to Raiden, he calls in a UAV, but called it in as the North Americans had a counter UAV up, and Raiden gets shocked right there, so it could have been a mistake right there by Raiden. He had that UAV ready to roll, could have really helped them out towards the end of this round. 50 seconds left to go. We'll take a look at the overhead map. We see the North Americans with that C and B flag control. They're clawing back into this one slowly here. And now you see a battle going down at the A flag. Raiden managing to win that one for the Europeans. Europeans are setting up for their move now. We're on board with Raiden. They have to make it right now, or else the North Americans will win this round by about 1 point. And here comes the grenade in from the North Americans on that B flag, but you have 2 Europeans on. 20 seconds left to go, 88-86. 18 seconds now. Twiz going huge for the North Americans, picking up a double kill there on that B flag. And now we see the North Americans have full control of the map, and that's going to be all she wrote. Such a close game. The North Americans are going to take it by 2 points here as we close out this round on cargo domination.
Wow. We heard earlier that we were going to see some amazing gaming, and we certainly did. Let's get right over here and talk to these guys. Dude.
I had a bad game, but it's all good. We won. Came back really hard.
That was right down to the last few seconds. What were you guys thinking there?
Actually, we had the 3-cap there for a little bit because they got a really quick 3-cap on that first side, so we came back and got the kills we needed to get and won the game.
I mean, you guys really got your mojo going at the beginning in the earlier few games, and then what happened there? You just had trouble catching up.
Yeah, they got a very good start on this map, so it's a really open map, so it's really hard to get B back at the start, so we were kind of like overzealous in getting kills on the first side, but the second side we came really hard with objectives.
But at the end of the day, man, the score speaks for itself. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right, man, that was unbelievable, right down to the last few seconds. We're going to get back over. We're going to get the gaming back in action. Back to you, Graham.
Unbelievable. Halfway through that final round, I went over to Major Nelson. I said, the Europeans have got it. It is in the bag. It's going to be all square. And then that happens. What went on?
You know, that's competitive Call of Duty for you right there. You know, it's when you pit equal skill against equal. You know, you just have an equal skill in the game. You're going to see some close games, and that's what we had right there.
So earlier tonight, we talked about how this was the Coliseum, and the Emperor has just turned up and taken his seat. How are you, Vaughn?
I'm fine, thank you so much.
We've heard Lord Von der Haar, I think Emperor Von der Haar, right? So Hastro called it. That B flag on cargo seems to be where all the action happens. That's the one you need to control. Was that a fun part of building cargo, getting that strategic outline?
Yeah, you usually stick that B flag somewhere just in the thick of things. And with those crates moving around, you were seeing that smoke come out. I was sweating over there. I was like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen here?
So I was checking out the Black Ops 2 MP hashtag earlier today. Keep your tweets coming into that, especially on competition night. We want to hear from you about which players are doing it for you, who's coming up with the big streaks. A really interesting question I got was from MYK_hardstyle, right? He's very into competitive gaming. He's not a competitive gamer at the moment, but he wants to get into it. What kind of advice would you give him?
You know, find some teammates and just start playing. Stick with some teammates, try to get some strategies put together, formulate some call-outs on the map, so that you can communicate with them effectively and quickly, right? It's all about being quicker than the other team and knowing where they are before they know where you are. That's what you need to do. Get some teammates, go play.
And Vaughn, that must be something you really hope will happen, right? The new esports feature in Black Ops 2 will encourage more people to try and get into competitive gaming. Is that an exciting thing for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually gotten those of us developers into competitive gaming, so we all take on the same kind of rules that these players take on. I'm a defender, I hang back, I protect that C flag. Everyone's just really trying hard. It's really fun.
All right, good. All right, so we're going to move into another game. We are trying out Search and Destroy for the first time this week on the live streams. Tell us about Search and Destroy in Black Ops 2.
Yeah, so we're going to play some Search and Destroy right now. It's going to be first of 4 rounds. Guys are going to switch sides every single round. So they're going to switch sides, and what you're going to see is some real fast play. The first minute's going to come together real quick, and it's going to be just crazy.
So the laser sight and the hip fire seems to be coming up a lot. That seems to be doing a lot of good work for these guys tonight. What other attachments are you looking for?
You know, I really think in Search and Destroy you might see something like the MMS come into play with the smoke grenade combo because, you know, obviously if you know where a player is and he's kind of pinned in somewhere, he's fired some shots off, you identify where he is, you can toss a smoke in and then kind of ease in, scoped in, and you can see through that smoke. So it kind of throws off the other player when he's kind of hanging back in a Search and Destroy. I think maybe we'll see some of that strategy here.
All right, we're about to get going with Search and Destroy. Come on, Europe. I have a lot riding on this. This is going to cost me a lot of money in the bar later tonight. Search and Destroy on Aftermath. Let's go.
Aftermath,
Search and Destroy. Go, man.
Stream, S&D.
All right, just communicate, just communicate.
Germany. I'm pretty excited to do it. I always love casting it. So what are your thoughts here as we're going to play Aftermath? Tell me a little bit about Aftermath, where the bombs are located here.
Yeah, you're gonna see some bomb sites placed up in sort of that business center area right there, and then you're gonna see it on the exact opposite. So we split these teams pretty aggressively. So watch these guys position up and see what kind of statement they're gonna make. And I love this view right here, Hastro, because we're gonna know exactly who's alive on each team.
Yeah, and we're gonna go ahead and swap on board here with Merc. He's making moves with the North Americans, and now we see an engagement occurring as Merc takes down Quantum. That's going to give the North Americans a great advantage in this area, but there are more Europeans around, and it looks like Merc is going to hop down here. Big Timer picking up a kill there in the kill feed. We see that Karma and Toby are down for the North Americans. Nice, Quantum and Raiden are down, so the North Americans have the advantage here as Merc flanks around with that hip fire yet again, takes out Gunshi, and now it looks like they have put that bomb down. So the North Americans controlling that area, and we're in here with the engagement as Merc trying to get that jump shot. Twiz picks up that kill, and now it looks like there's one European left. It's going to be Swanee who has to play this quickly. There you have it. Merck going massive for the North Americans that round. As we see here on the kill cam, that was a quick round, and I love how that played very fast, Vaughn, in S&D. It's great.
It's something that we really learned from the competitive communities. The round timer here, we're playing at 2 minutes. There's all sorts of options while we dial this in, and it just pushes the action, and we go real fast into it. There's no wasting time.
As we take a look here, it looks like Merck put up 3 kills in that first round for the North Americans as they take the lead, and now they swap sides. Oh, excuse me, they didn't swap sides. We're going to be playing this straight up. So they are on offense yet again.
Yeah, and in fact, you can actually change this in the custom game options, Hastro. We can actually let you switch sides every round, and we're just playing something so that the guys at home who are following can kind of get in the rhythm of this thing right away.
Absolutely. So most people are used to looking at it this way. In the competitive side, you usually switch round by round, so you do have that option still. And look at that. Karma just got an early Christmas present right there. Swanee.
What was Swanee doing right there?
He was laying down prone and holding down that choke point. And now it looks like Karma is still going to make a move here. And he's going to drop down. He's going to be one player right there for Karma. So he's getting a couple Christmas gifts. As we take a look here, we see that Raiden is last alive for the Europeans, and Twiz is going to take him out. Man. So the North Americans are just dominating.
Yeah, they're up 2-0 already, and we're only 4 rounds to win. So the North American team is just absolutely doing work right out of the gate.
Yeah, and you know, Toby is playing with the North Americans as well. And we'll take a look and see how he's doing. Playing against his European side, and he is 3-2, so he's positive. So he's definitely going at it and trying to win this round. And now we see Karma again. We're on board with him. Why don't we switch it up and take a look here? We'll go jump on board with the Europeans. We'll jump on board with Shane, and Shane is pretty much all by himself over here. But there might be an engagement coming up. Somebody's going to be peeking around that corner. And Shane is coming around here. What is going to happen?
Oh,
there's a
shock charge right there. Look at that. That's just seconds of shock, but just enough time to really get you out of your mental state.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Vaughn, I want to talk about the score panel up top. We can see immediately the Europeans have 5 alive right now. It's telling us now 4 as Shane gets taken out by Karma. The North Americans have 3 alive. Now it's 3 versus 3. Now 3 versus 2 as Karma and Ray pick up kills. And why don't we take a look here? Oh, you're on board with Nice. Yep, we have to swap players. Vaughn's a better caster than I am, telling you all.
Yeah.
As Merck takes out Nice.
Wow.
What were you going to say there?
Yeah, so this is actually really important. We actually stay with the player. That way it's not auto-switching on you, and as a caster, you can decide who you want to follow at all times.
Yep, so Vaughn just gave me a quick button tap as I was just running my mouth. And so I'm still getting used to the controls. They're so dynamic. I can do so much with the COD casting mode. But the North Americans are just on fire. And I saw somebody trying to pull out a sniper rifle a little while ago. I really want to try and find that.
All right, there's that round switch now. So
yep.
we got something entirely different going on here. Who's got the bomb right now, Hasher? Let's take a look.
We'll take a look, see who has the bomb. It's going to be Gunshi. We're on board with Gunshi, and he gets taken out.
That bomb's down already.
Now, Ray for Optic is on a 3-kill streak in S&D. So 3 left for the Europeans, 4 for the North Americans, and this could be all she wrote for the Europeans in S&D.
We're going to see how these guys stack up and protect this down bomb and figure out what happens now. 4 alive for our FBI team, and they are getting real patient. That's what happens right about now.
Yep, and look at that. Ray spots one there, and he's going to go ahead and take off. Smart decision. He was kind of laying prone there in a spot where it might have not have been advantageous. And we'll take a look here. It looks like he is going to come up on some players.
I like this hunting going on right now. These players are very deliberate. They will do what it takes. Here we go. Oh my goodness,
yep.
That's Swanee taking down Ray. Should be 3-2 right now.
And now Toby, he's playing on the North American side, hanging tight here. The Europeans are on offense, so they're gonna have to grab that bomb. And now 1 alive for the Europeans. It's going to be Raiden. We're on board with him. What can he do?
Look at the shots on Raiden right there.
Dipping and dodging bullets right now.
Oh,
and there you have
right
it.
into Toby.
The North American
side. The North
side.
American team going 4-0 right there.
But you got to give props to Toby. I got to keep telling everybody out there. He is European, and he just picked up that final kill cam for the North American side. So big job by Toby. Thanks for filling in on that side.
I love search and destroy.
Team USA did it again. Let me get right over here. Twiz, how you doing, man?
Doing good.
Nice work there.
Thank you very much.
Tell me about some of the teamwork with some of the strategy you guys were using here.
Well, we like to roll in pairs and make sure you know we're never alone, and good communication always helps.
How does the dynamic change for you guys with 3-on-3 on 3-on-3?
Well, it actually requires a lot more teamwork and, communication together, making sure we're always working together.
So when the game comes out in November, what are some tips right now that you can give some folks when they get their hands on it?
Make sure you play with people you like playing with, and make sure you're always working together in the 3v3. It helps the most you can possibly do.
You guys are just really on fire tonight. I mean, you're just unstoppable. How are you feeling for the next round?
I'm feeling pretty good, and I think we're going to take that round too.
All right, there you go. Thanks, Twiz. All right, Graham, back to you.
Back here with Vaughn and Hastro. Really quick round there, and to be fair, the North Americans shut down and cleaned out the Europeans.
Yeah, absolutely. There just wasn't much the Europeans had that game. And that happens. Every now and then you have your game, you just want to throw it out the window, so we can do that.
I'm going to be counting that money at the bar later tonight, I'll tell you what. So amazing to see how quickly those rounds moved through, and actually off this stream we've got at We The Gamers, loving how no time was wasted at all in there. It's just moving so quickly through. Is that a conscious decision from you guys?
It's actually a very conscious decision, something that we learned by listening to the community feedback. Just push the action. It makes the game really fun to watch.
Now, the Europeans are, I would say they're kind of struggling here, but we should talk about Toby, who's on the North American team. He's from the UK, right? So he's kind of a traitor.
No, not really. He's actually a very nice guy for filling in for one of the North Americans off NVS who missed his flight, so we'll flip it back around. The guy is just a standout guy, Toby. Just been around for years. I can't say enough about him. I mean, honestly, just a consummate professional and just such a nice guy. So nice to the fans. He's a good person.
So we're playing some quick rounds tonight. We're not seeing too many of those score streaks coming in. Is there score streaks that we haven't necessarily seen this week that you're particularly proud of or excited about?
We did a lot of really interesting things to futurize fan favorites and bring some new score streaks, like that AGR, like that Lodestar, bring it back. What does it look like in 2025? And I think you're going to see the fans really react well to the diversity of score streaks that we have and how they engage and the power of them.
All right. Now we're going to get back into it. Europe are pretty far behind now. Do you think they can pull this back?
I think Europeans really have a big advantage in the capture the flag game mode, and we're about to see that right now. So this is their game right here. They need to bring it back, or it's going to be rough going for them out here in Cologne.
And rough for my wallet as well, and I'm Scottish, so you know I don't like to get my wallet out at any point. Okay, capture the flag on cargo. Let's get right back into it.
They're dancing over here.
All right, man, some capture the flag on cargo now. The competition guys, they've been telling me that this is one of their favorite maps for CTF.
Yeah, absolutely, Vaughn. This map is pretty much damn good for everything. I mean, it really is. I'm so pumped to get my hands on Black Ops 2 even more and play cargo. I mean, it's always just the map I love to play every time I'm playing the game. So off the break, we'll take a look, see where the players are headed. Looks like 2 and 2 over towards the office side, and a little bit more on the right side there. But we'll jump on board with Gunchy. He's going to try and get this office control, which is pretty crucial.
We're going to see some stuff tonight in Capture the Flag that you don't normally see. The competition players put a respawn timer in on Capture the Flag. Why is that, Hastro?
Well, you always want to make sure that you're not getting cut off immediately when you pull a flag by somebody spawning with no respawn timer. And that's essentially the same thing in public games. You still get a respawn timer and you have a wave spawn delay, but we actually disable the wave spawn delay so that you don't have that 10, 15 second spawn in CTF.
Back at the ranch, we've been playing this the same way the competition guys play it. Turned off the wave respawn timer, have it on a straight 7.5 spawn timer, and we really like it that way, and that's one of the great things. We can actually change this up. We'll get feedback from what the community is really liking, and we'll set it up that way. This is pretty close to how we have it in the public game right now. We'll see what happens. Got a couple of months to ship, but we really like to play it this way too.
Now, one big thing that we need to talk about is the carryover score.
Yeah.
That you can actually take the combined score of the rounds now, and it's not, it automatically kind of carries it over for us. And it looks like we do have a flagpole though, Vaughn. We need to kind of jump on board. Both flags are out. One goes down right here, and let's see who has those flags. Looks like Big Timer is holding it for the North Americans. They still have control of it. And let's see if they can get on the board. It just goes down, and now as we swap around, the North Americans actually lose control of that flag, and they almost had that one get going, but they just couldn't make it happen. And let's take a look here at the overhead yet again. We see Toby hanging around the middle of the map here. And now Vaughn, Toby's going to kind of make a move through this office building. It's still kind of a fight for middle map control, and you see that in most CTF maps, but we did see the flags get pulled, so that's a great promising thing here for Cargo. The pros said they love playing it, and that's why we have it here. And look, we see a care package come down right there, looks like.
I'm always super impressed by how these super competitive players position themselves around the map to just control the map at all times. There's no, everything they've got going on, it seems like it's so well rehearsed and so well practiced. We all could learn something right now.
Absolutely, and Big Timer has pulled the flag for the North Americans, and Nice has pulled it for the Europeans. Let's go into a listen and listen to what the players are saying on the North American side. 20 seconds left to go.
We can flag. 20.
Flags, one shot, gun.
One shot. Nice. Hold that. I'm with you.
Oh, yo, they're shocked over in our spawn or something.
Don't let them get read.
We're good. All right, good work. Dude, that was like really quick. How short of a round.
There at the end of the round. It was just kind of so close, both teams pulling the flag. So we've seen a couple stalemates. Both flags being pulled out of the base, nobody can cap.
That's going to happen at this highest competitive level. These are some very evenly skilled matches. Things are going to go, a single flag cap can be the difference between night and day.
Yep, and here we go. Round 2 of 2 here. As you see up in the score panel at the top of your screen, we're playing a 3-minute round, and you're going to see a shock charge come out of Karma immediately, but the Europeans counter right over the crate, and it was Gunshi taking out Karma right there, and Toby.
Two-piece.
What a play there by Gunshi. He actually did a great job, and let's go ahead and swap back over as the Europeans got an early pull, and Nice is moving that flag. We're on board with him, and we take a look here in third person. He's making a move with that flag. Nobody really around him for the North Americans, but wait a second, there is one player, and we'll stay on board with Nice, who picks up that kill on Merc right there. And now he gets cleaned up from behind by Karma. Let's swap on board with Karma and see what he's going to do. Karma gets the return.
He gets that return, right? Yeah.
So Karma gets that return, Vaughn, and now we're still at 0-0. So tell me a little bit about the skill of these players.
I've never met anybody as highly skilled as these players. I really like the relays that there's the attempt to go on, the cutoffs that you see. These guys know exactly when the other team is going to spawn. They know exactly where they're going to be, so they can put them in a chokehold. And you're going to see in a 1 second difference between capping and not capping in this game mode.
Yeah, and now we see Merc being so sneaky right here, picking up that first kill there on Gunshi. Now he's going to make moves. The Europeans do have the flag pulled, and now it's up to Merc to get around here. He does pick up one more player, but there's somebody waiting for him. It was Swanee, and where is that flag right now? Oh, the Europeans almost have it.
Oh, he's got some good
It's going to be Raiden, and we're on board with Raiden. He still
Here
has
comes
that
the flag cap right there. Oh,
go.
man, the dive to prone for the flag cap.
And now Raiden immediately calling in a lightning strike as well, and that lightning strike picking up a kill there on Merc and Big Timer, and now we see that the Europeans have 4 down. And the Europeans are taking control now, Vaughn. 1 minute left to go. We're going to have to swap over to the North American side and listen in again and see if they can actually come back into this one. I'm just going to let it ride, and so everybody out there can listen in and see how these North Americans try and pick it back up.
Yeah, he's somewhere there, Big.
What do you think about that cover? It's a shot. Bail out, Ray. We have 45 seconds, guys. We have 1 or 2 more. You can all shoot down this cover.
We can do it. This way, I smoked it. They're on their flag.
They are flag as well. They have our flag.
No, there's 3 there.
I got our flag. I didn't see that.
Well, there you have it. That's another flag cap right there.
I am so fascinated by this game, I'm forgetting that we're supposed to be casting sometimes.
No, well, I was just listening in. You know, I wanted to make sure that we got into that emotion of the North Americans as they're trying to come back and cap that flag.
Yeah,
well, you know what?
Now, yeah, that's over now.
The Europeans have woken up from their slumber and take a 2-0 victory over the North Americans here. And that's going to be all she wrote. As we take a look at the scoreboard here, you see Nice, Swanee, and Raiden all going massive for the Europeans.
Yeah, you called it early on.
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
The Europeans and their CTS skills, unbelievable.
Very nice. And looks like that was a stealth chopper there on the final kill cam, doing some work.
All right, Swanee, let's get up here. Come on, I want to talk to you for a minute. Nice work there.
Thank you.
So tell me what happened there at the end. You guys really were on a roll.
We managed to set up, get some teamwork down, just pin him in the spawn, and
Yeah.
we got 2 flags out of it.
So you finally got your legs under you. It took a few games, but then what was standing between you and victory on the earlier games?
Just teamwork, I think, mainly knowing where to push, and they just had better teamwork, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that was unbelievable. You completely blanked the Americans there. You just blindsided them.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, it's all about knowing where to push, where to set up, and where to pull the flag. But yeah.
Well, let's be clear. I mean, luck is nice, but tremendous skill with you and your team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about. Teamwork. I think people.
How much are you guys practicing?
At the moment, a lot as a 3, and then obviously there's the other 3 German teams. But yeah, we've got good chemistry, I think.
Fantastic. Well, I'm still ahead with my bet with Graham. Graham, back to you.
There we go, Prophecy and SK Gaming finally waking up, coming together and putting that point on the board. That was much better from the Europeans there.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, they woke up and all of a sudden they're winning a game. So very nice performance by them. They played extremely well.
And it looked like our local boy from Germany, Raiden, bringing in that stealth chopper and really getting that aerial cover it seemed to make the difference.
Does everything makes a difference, right? And you pull out something like that, it can do some work and, change the landscape of the game.
All right, cool. I've got another question off the stream here. It's from Pro Matthew, and he's asking about the emblems in Black Ops 2. How are they going to compare to the emblems in Black Ops? And that must be a really fun part of the game to work on, right?
Yeah, of course. We're not getting into a ton of details just yet, but the emblem editor will return, and it's coming back in a really big and badass way.
All right, exciting. So from that, I think we're going to get back into more gameplay. And this is interesting, right? So we're moving to multi-team, team deathmatch, right? So each of these teams will get to stand on their own and show what they're made of. Who do you think will come up big?
It's so hard to tell. It always is when you ask me that, AC, but
that's why I keep asking.
I'm actually gonna go with Envious, my former team on this one. I think I haven't called them to win a match. I think all week so far. So I think I have this one.
Dave, quick shout from you.
This is going to be really intense because this is where the team with the biggest slayers is going to win big time, and it's going to be really intense. It's fun to see this play out. You've got 4 teams of 3, pit everybody against each other just to end that way. Should be really exciting.
All right, multi-team TDM on Turbine. Let's go.
Let's do this, All right, Vaughn, here it is, our last part of the competitive exhibition.
Yeah, this is our last cast together until the next time, but that was a lot of fun. Thanks for showing me the ropes.
Yeah, I think you might take my job one day, because you gave me the quick button swap, which helped me out quite a bit. Fans at home are probably like, what is he doing?
There's that M8A1.
yeah, with the reflex sight attachment. He's also got the select fire attachment on it as well, and we see immediately he swaps it to burst auto mode, or excuse me, I just mixed it up, but auto mode. He can go between burst and automatic, and you see it is an auto, and Gunshi picking up that kill on Raiden, and Nice picking up 2 kills as well, and we're in multi-team, Vaughn, so why don't we take a look here at the overhead map view.
Yeah, I want to see, Hastro, how these guys are sticking together. Now look at Raiden, Quantum, and Nice. These guys are all working a room, map control and dominance. When we play, we try to do the same exact thing, not nearly as successful as these guys will do it. Pick a location, lock it down, hold the fort.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a great strategy by them at the moment, as we see Raiden taking out Merc, and there's a little bit more trouble. Raiden spawns quite far away on the map, so we'll stay on board with him and actually see if he can make his way back over, and no, he cannot. Karma of Envious takes him out. And let's take a look at our factions so everybody knows what's going on in the game. And you see that our SEAL team is being played by the Optic Gaming team. We have Prophecy from the UK as the SDC, and now you have Envious here as the FBI. And you have, what I believe that's the militia, right? That the Team Germany is playing on.
That's the Mercs.
Oh, that's the Mercs. Okay, so we have the Mercs. Now Karma is just going massive for Envious right now. He's on a 9-kill streak. And Vaughn, he's got the AN-94. Tell me a little bit about that gun.
All right, this gun is pretty entertaining. Now, it fires the first 2 rounds fast, and then it changes its fire rate. So if you're a guy who feathers the trigger, you'll really like this gun.
Yeah, and Envious has now taken the lead by 5 kills, mostly due to Karma's performance. He's 10-0, Vaughn. and he's playing against some of the best players in the world. That's almost unheard of. We'll stay on board with Karma. He's just on fire, and look at this. He spots 2 more, getting some nice shots there. Knows his player is there. Puts a nice shot in with the B-23R on Quantum. Just couldn't finish it off. And he was 1 kill away, or an assist even, at getting that Hellstorm missile, so I'm sure he's hating that right now.
Man, the awareness these players show of their surroundings shocks me every single time. He knew he was up against 2. He flipped out to that secondary. Couldn't pull it off right there, but still absolutely brilliant.
Now, why don't we go ahead and take a listen in here. It looks like Optic Gaming is now in 4th place. That's very unlike them. The German team is in 2nd. Why don't we take a listen in on our leaders, Envious, and see how well they're controlling this game.
They pushed up top in the turret. Yeah, he's pushing up the hill. Using XMA, you're the best. Merc's behind you, Merc's behind you. Whoever's far right.
We're losing this
All right,
fight.
Vaughn, we listened in a little bit there, but it looks like Team Germany is on fire right now. Their players went huge for the European side in that last CTF, and we're on board with Nice. He's on the turret. We haven't really seen many people jump on the turret, so what's going on with that in this game? It feels really good to me.
Yeah, I really like it as well. That's a really good building position. There's lots of ways to get in, though. You got 2 entrances on that top floor, 1 on that bottom floor, and you get back to the door there, and then it's dangerous position. Lots of overlook, but your backside is in deep trouble.
Yeah, absolutely, but he has some teammates here, and it looks like the German side, they were playing that strategy earlier, and they're doing it again.
Yeah,
you know, locking down the fort.
Yeah, it's a great strategy. We do the same exact thing. I think you're going to see lots of action in multi-team deathmatch where guys are really trying to focus on holding a position down.
Now look at this. Envious went from 1st to 4th, and now Optic Gaming is on a tear to take the lead. We'll jump on board with them. I'm hopping on board with Optic Ray, and Ray gets taken out as soon as I switch to him. And so Envious had that huge opening, but now they're getting mopped up as Ray takes out Toby off of Envy. Twiz gets taken out, and it looks like Big Timer has a stealth copter up, so the stealth chopper is coming into play. That's going to be huge for Optic Gaming.
I think so. Just look at the score panel, though, at the top. There's not a lot of kills separate these players. 32, 33 now, 30, 30. There you go, right there. I mean, you're talking about a couple of kills. Anything can swing the tide of this battle either way.
Yeah, and we'll stay here on the scoreboard for a moment. You see Karma is just, he's been on fire, and now Envy goes from 4th to 2nd. Optic still with control, they're in the lead by 4 kills, but only 1 kill separates the remaining 3 teams. This is still anybody's game, even with 1 minute and 15 seconds left, and that's the beauty of multi-team team deathmatch.
Yeah, now look at this. There's a counter UAV up in the sky, and this is really important in multi-team because that just doesn't shut down one team. It shuts down all 3 other teams that counter UAV. So these guys got to deal with that thing, or they're going to be out of intel for a while, Astro.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, that's awesome, you know, the fact that it makes that counter UAV more powerful.
Yeah, it's very powerful in multi-team deathmatch. You're going to want someone on your team equipped to deal with it.
Yeah, and now you see Envious coming back and taking the lead. We'll hop on board with them as Twiz is on a 3-kill streak. He's going to have to get 1 more kill, it looks like, for that score streak. And it would be a UAV. It would be crucial for his team. And there you have it.
That's a pickup.
He does earn that UAV, and he immediately calls it in, and it picks up an assist right away.
How do you like that data pad? He just calls it up on his hand right there and pulls that bad boy into the play.
Yep, so Twiz, an excellent job. And look, he's picking up UAV assists left and right now as Envious has extended the lead to 5 kills with 10 seconds left. 8 seconds now. It looks like Envious is going to take this one. What a game that was. Vaughn, Envy had the lead, went into 4th place and brought it all the way back for the lead, and they made me look like a genius because I called it.
All right, Twiz, you did it again. Nice work there.
Thank you very much.
Really big come from behind.
Yeah, you know, we just stuck together and kept to the game plan, and it worked out fine for us.
How do you feel about this map?
This map, I mean, it's a good map, and you know, we worked well together on it, and I love it for winning.
Tell me a little bit about the strategy you guys were using towards the end, because you know we were watching some of the other teams, and I was getting ready to jump on someone else. All of a sudden, I got to go to Twiz.
Well, you know, we didn't, you know, lose our cool, and we just said, you know, stick together, and it worked out.
That's the key, man. That's the key to life right there. Stick together, right?
Of course.
All right, congratulations. Thank you, my friend. All right, Graham, back to you.
Thank you, Major Nelson, and thank you to all of our teams tonight, Prophecy, Optic, Envious, and SK Gaming, putting in a great show. That final game shows you how competitive these teams are. Hi, Major, how are you? Shows you how competitive these teams are. Looked like the European teams were going to take it, and then, it's ended up so close. 3 teams tied in second place there.
So what was the final? Am I taking you out to the bar tonight, or are you taking me out?
It looks like I am going to have to
Is this a replay of the Olympics?
No, it's not. It's the opposite. That's the problem. I'm going to be buying a lot of North Americans a drink tonight.
There you go. All right. Well, listen, it's been a lot of fun. David talked about seeing some of the top players in the world playing the game, and that's exactly what you saw. Some of those matches literally went right down to the last few seconds.
That's right. So we're over tonight, but it is not over. We've got another live stream tomorrow night. Yeah. One more. 3 down, 1 to go. Lots more live multiplayer gaming for you, so tune in again. Same time tomorrow night. It's 5 p.m. UK, 6 p.m. Germany. Do you want to do the American ones?
9 a.m. Pacific and then 12 noon. Now listen, if you're coming to Gamescom tomorrow, because it is a public day, come by and see us, right?
Definitely. Come by to the booth, ask for us, have a look around for us. We'll be here all day and we'd love to see you.
All right, my name's Larry Herb, Xbox Live's Ranger Nelson. For AC Bongos, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.